Dear friends, welcome back. In this video, I'd like to continue this lab, Wintermute. As you know, we have already completed the first mission in this lab, Streetlight. And in this video, we will try to penetrate into this one, into the second machine, Neuromancer. However, this one is different from the first one. This is the within a non-public network. So I think everything should be launched and done from the first machine. Okay? We cannot make a direct interaction with this machine from the Kali Linux. So this is very important for this lab. Okay? So without further ado, let's just get started. Of course, I will assume that we have already got the full control of the first machine. So now we can go ahead to the shell of the first machine. Okay, Streetlight. So here, we need to, we can start our operation with the second machine within the internal network or non-public network. So how to do? I think first of all we need to get some note to proceed here. So lady, this guy has asked us to create a custom Java app on this machine. So very clear, we need to find out such a Java app on the second machine. And also opening up a super AI to remote access to FreeSite network. It is within our internal admin network, but still it should be off the network completely. For the sake of humility, user access should only be allowed via the physical console. Who knows what this thing can do? Anyway, we've deployed the WAR file on Tomcat as ordered, located here. So maybe this is the directory we need to keep in mind as we move forward. Okay, so I'd like to, so this information is retrieved from the first machine. Next, we need to discover this machine. We need to identify the IP address of this machine. And there will be different ways. For example, we can use a Bash script. We also can use Python because Python is available in the first machine. Also, we can use the Netcat because Netcat is installed in the first machine. Also, we can use the Nmap. I prefer to use Nmap. However, Nmap is not there on the first machine. And how to do? We can upload the Nmap binary to the first machine. Okay, because the Nmap would be much more efficient in comparison to other tools. Okay, so I'd like to clear. So next we need to upload this binary or this utility. I've already got it down from the GitHub, and I've already downloaded to my toolsets directory. If you want, this is my personal way. We will put the utilities into one directory, so when necessary, we can get them from such directory. Okay. So now, how to upload this binary or this utility, the Nmap utility, to the target? We can set up the web server by Python on the Kali Linux. This will be the easiest way to. I think we have already, started up the web server by Python. So now we can use wget to upload the Nmap. Okay, so now we can Press enter. It's done. And we need to make it executable to run it. And then we can use, so which option we need to take to scan network? We can use the normal S and normal N to, to make a scanning, and followed by the IP address arrange. Okay, so now, and also as we know, the first machine, the IP address is, so maybe we can, before we run that, we can note down the IP addresses of the first machine. So as we know, the first machine has two interfaces. So we can put down such information to our notebook. Okay. So next we can launch the Nmap to scan. Okay, press enter. All right, it's done. And as you can see over here, the IP address, you can ignore this one. This is our Linux, and this is the IP address assigned by the VirtualBox to the virtual switch. Okay, so I think this IP address is belong to the second machine. We can note down such information to our notebook. So the second machine, the IP address is this one. So what shall we do next? We need to identify open port numbers by the Nmap, because we have already uploaded the Nmap already. So now we just run the same Nmap. Of course, we need to use this way to launch, or absolute pass to launch the Nmap. And we can use the stealthy scanning option, normal S and uppercase S, to do the open port number identification. Okay, and also we need to use the -P- to do the full range port scan, and followed by the IP address of the target. And because this will take a very long time, about 30 minutes, of course, I do not want to waste your time. Anyway, this is the command I used to identify open port numbers on the second machine. Okay, the second machine name is Neuromancer. We can copy this machine name as well to our notebook. Okay, so I've already noted such information to notebook. Sorry, yeah, so this one. And we can paste over here. So the ports would be this one. So next what can we do next? We need to identify the surface, or even the version information. Okay, so now we can, but because the uploaded binary that doesn't have anything to run like the default script scanning. Maybe, for example, if you run the Nmap, I think you know what I mean. The Nmap, normally we can use this option to identify the surface. We can copy the port numbers and IP address of the target. Press enter. However, we got the error. So cannot locate this Lua. This is the Nmap security engine. This engine is written in Lua programming language. So how to do? Maybe, we already know that these 3 port numbers are open. Next, it will be better we set up the port forwarding, and then we can launch the Nmap, from the Linux. Okay, so how to set up the port forwarding? We can use Metasploit, but also we can use SoCat. This is I'm going to do now. So how to do? And also we need to upload the binary of SoCat. And I think I have already downloaded the SoCat or not. So now we can locate, or we can copy from my toolsets directory, SoCat, to the current working directory. Next, we need to upload SoCat to the target. SoCat, and we need to make it executable. SoCat. Next, we need to set up the port forwarding by SoCat. And this command, to be honest, is a bit complicated. So for me, I always use Google and to get some help. For example, this one is I used a lot when I want to get help, or get help for the SoCat. As you can see here, the SoCat is a very powerful utility. Can set up the bind shells or reverse shell, and also can set the port forwarding. And this is I'm going to do now. So we can copy from this site. The link of this website will also be put into the description section below. So if you want, you can refer to this link. Okay, and we can paste over here. And we need to do some modification. For example, this one would be 8009, and the destination would be 249. This is the IP address of the second machine. Okay, and we can copy from here. We can use, of course, this port number. You can use any free port number on the first machine, because we want to. So if we can set up such port forwarding, we can access, but from the Linux we can access this port number, and this traffic would be forwarded to the destination, to the second machine, and the port number should be here. Again, you can use any free port number on the first machine. Okay, but very important, because we need to set up 3 port forwarding channel or tunnels. So we need to put the end in its end. Otherwise, we cannot set up the second. Okay, so we can use this end symbol to put this process to background. Okay, so now we can simply, of course, this would be this one, and we can copy the command twice, and then we can change the port number, and this one. Okay, so now we just run the 3 commands to set up 3 port forwarding tunnels. And so how to do? We just put in here. Yeah, this process of this one, press ID of this port forwarding. And similarly, we can copy the second line. And the last one. Okay, so I think we we have already set up the port forwarding. Then we can access those 3 port numbers on to the first machine. Okay, so now how to do? We can use the mmap, usually the mmap, and we can use the normal option or usual option to do the mmap scanning. And the port number, because I use the same port number in the first machine as the second machine. Okay, so we can simply copy 3 port numbers and the IP address. Here, the IP address should be the IP address of the first machine rather than the second machine. Okay, so now we can put the IP address of the first machine. Now we can run it. Okay, it's done. Now we have already identified the service information for these 3 port numbers, 8009. So fail to get a valid response for the option request. So maybe this is not accessible properly. And the next one is 8080 Tomcat. Do you remember? There is one note which told us the author or administrator has already deployed one WA application on the Tomcat. Okay, and the last one is SSH. So I think now, what can we do next? We need to access this port number locally, and we can put the IP address. Okay, so this is the Apache Tomcat, and as usual, you can, for example, you can try to access the manager app and to upload. If we have a credential to this manager app, then we can, we can deploy the WA or reversal WA file or application. Then we can get the foothold on the target. However, because if you want, you can launch the Metasploit, which contains one module to crack the credential or password for the managed app. I'm not going to do. I've already, if you want, you can check it out with other videos in my channel. Okay, so now we just cancel. And another thing, I hope you can remember. There is, so not this one. Oh yeah, this one. This is the directory we have already retrieved from the first machine. Okay, the note. This one is from the note text file. So now we can copy and put in here. Press enter. As you can see, we got back the Struts2 showcase application. And here also, this one, of course, this should be the version information for this app. And how to do next, we can use such a exploit, Struts. And there are a lot of exploits available. And when I did the machine the first time, I tried to use like a Metasploit and also this one Python script, but none of them can work at all. And even I think the Google would be much better. We can use the Struts and showcase, and you can the first link can give us another workable exploit. I've already opened up this link, and you can maybe I've already made a clone to my this one to my Kali Linux. So now we can go inside this directory. And we can copy to the upper layer, okay? Because I want to do anything from the working directory, okay? So now how to do next? We can activate the virtual environment of Python, and then we can run it. Python, and we need to get the help. Yeah, we need to use some options like the U option to specify the URL, and we can copy from the browser, and also we can run command like ID. As you can see, the ID command has been successfully executed. So I think it's very clear what shall we do next. We need to run different command, such as reverse command. So how to do? We can remove, and you can get the reverse command from the Pentest Monkey website. We can copy and paste over here, and we need to do some modification to make it work properly. And we can use different port number like 666, right? And we can copy, and we need to set up the listener. Okay, so another listener has started successfully. So next we can run the reverse command. Sorry about this. We can paste. If this one doesn't work, we can try some other reverse command. We can press enter, and it does work. So next, we have already got the foothold on the target, and then we can go to the home. Maybe we can clear. Sorry, we need to set the term variable first. So then we can clear screen when necessary to get bigger space on the screen. Okay, so clear the two users, ta and so bash history, nothing here. How about M2? So maybe next we can, upload the NumPy shell script to do the automatic immersion. Okay. And I've already got this script ready, and so now we can use Python, the web server we has been started earlier. So now we can use wget. It's done, and we need to make it executable, and then we can run it. Oh, the current user is a member of the group LXD. Maybe we need to check whether we can exploit the LXD membership. But before we do that, I need to check whether we can find other ways or vectors. Okay? A lot of output by this script. Permissions, capabilities, as SUID bit. We found some very interesting information. The username and password we can copy. So this password or this credential are used for the Tomcat. We can copy, but the username is the same as the system user. So we can copy, maybe the password is reused. However, it looks like this password is encoded in HTML, but to decode it is very simple. Let's continue. So cron job. Processes information. Some local exploits. The dirty cow. However, as you know, the kernel is a bit outdated. However, the compiler is not there. So this is the problem. So just now we have already got the possible password for another user, and we can go to the website of Subchef to decode it. We can copy and go to the Subchef. Yeah, which one? Yeah, this one. And you can get the output or the password. We can paste over here. And the another user is Lady 3 Jenny. We can copy. So now we can try to, also maybe we can, SSH to the target, right? Because we have password, maybe possible password. We can use Lady. Because we have already set up port forwarding, right? So although we are connected to the first machine, but because of port forwarding, the actual destination would be the second machine. Okay, so we press enter, and we can copy the password from my notebook. All right. So next we can check what we can get. The bash history. Nothing here. So how about also the sudo? But current user or Lady 3 Jenny may not run sudo on this machine. So how about we can use the LXD membership to elevate. Let's try it now. If not, maybe we can take advantage of the local exploits to elevate. So LXD privilege escalation. Yeah, this one. We can make a clone from GitHub. We just follow the steps. I'm not sure whether this way can work or not. So we can paste in here. All right, it's done. And then we can copy to Pine. So next, we can upload. Oh. Move. Alpine. Okay. So now we can copy the file name. And then we can go to this. We can go to the temp directory. paste in here. Okay. Now we can run. We can import this image. LXC image import. We can copy. And then we can use the alias option. So LXC image list. And then next we can run this command. It's done. Okay. It looks like it's working. Great. Okay. And we can get the shell. Yeah, it's root. So then we can go to like root, go to root, and then we can get the flag. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. We can, maybe, of course, we can take advantage of the kernel exploit to elevate, but I don't think this is the vector what the author of this machine expected us to do. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.